Good morning. Working on the next brick invert. This one more of a Y. So a little like that, and this one a little like that. We got the riser and the lid off, obviously. Nice big open area here for us. Got the saw down there already. The generator is going. So this is invert number 4 on this project. I skipped, there's one right there next to that bulkhead. The main goes down in between those two houses, so there's a structure right there. I did skip that one because those two guys are starting to work on the electric, and so to bring the electric down they had to be able to fill around these so they can get the electric all the way down here. So that one isn't absolute necessity so that they can do the electric, so we skipped that one. It's foggy out today though. It's not that it's nice out. It's probably like 55 maybe. T-shirt weather for me, sweatshirt weather for the rest of the guys. But yeah, so, and we were able to fix the power steering problem on that. If you remember at the end of the other video, I was driving my personal truck. Ended up being a bad brand new power steering pump that was giving us a run for our money in the garage. I didn't do any video of it or anything. Figured it wasn't really quite that necessary. I didn't really think it was going to turn into the project that it was, or that it did. It originally was a steering box replacement, and the original power steering pump, something happened to that when we replaced the steering box, so we knew to put a new pump in it, and we ended up buying a power steering pressure gauge tester kit. And that's when we found out, hey, this power steering pump is no good. It's not building any pressure. So, but drove great here this morning, nice and straight. So, but regardless, so we got all that. I'm gonna get the rest of the tools set up for that, and start putting some bricks in there. So we got those all cut nice and flush. We'll move to starting to put my first row of brick in to see how much I need to raise the height, how much more stone I need. But gotta get a quick idea. We got like, that's probably a good 4.5 inches there or something like that. Maybe 2.5, 3 over there. We got some stone in there. I cut a piece of AZAC. It's about 50 inches long, so I can go from pipe to pipe, the 6-foot level, with the pipes not coming in all that quite square, changes where the end of the level is in the inside of the pipe, raising it up. So it wouldn't give me an accurate reading as a straight edge for all these bricks. So this one I cut to fit. Now I can put it in there, and I'll show you in a second. Now I can put it like that, and now I have not only a straight edge from that pipe to that pipe, but a something to tell me the height as well. So I got some concrete mixing, so we'll shovel that in here, and then I can set a couple bricks. This is kind of more what I was actually going to do, so I won't necessarily need that straight edge. For some reason I had in my mind I was going for like a T. That's not what I'm doing. So but we're gonna kind of go with a shape like that. I think that'll look good. Yeah, we'll get some concrete in here, and we'll get these bricks at the beginning started. Go from there. So I got the tough block in, which is that one right there. And if you are doing one of these off of kind of what I'm doing, that brick is a hard brick to cut, even with something like this. It's a compound cut, so I actually will hold a brick not just flat, but it will actually have to be tilted and done like that. So it'll actually have to be cut 2 different angles simultaneously, kind of like a miter cut. This obviously is just one direction. It's not a compound saw, and you know you can do that with your concrete saw or the grinder or something like that, but it is a difficult brick to make, and it even takes me a couple tries to get that one good looking and right. But yeah, so that's it there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack this area, get that area 100%, do a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, and hopefully I can get that all done today, that section of it. And then tomorrow, if I can stand over here, potentially get this half done tomorrow, but we'll see. It's typically, when you take into account setting up, breaking down, putting everything away, lunch and stuff like that, it's typically around 2.5 days. So, but we'll see if I can do it in 2. I don't know if I can, but so I'll continue on these bricks over here and these bricks over here, get that half pipe starting to be made it pretty far. Not as far as I was hoping today, but we'll see if I can get it done tomorrow. Like I said, it usually takes about 2.5 days, so might be getting ahead of myself, but another good looking one though, I think. I don't know, we'll see how it looks in the morning. Today, while I was working on the brick inverts, before I end today, these guys were working on the electric, and I guess it went a little rough at the beginning. There was a rock right in the way, but it does have to be inspected. You can see these guys did pretty good. As we get down to the end, they actually started to hit some of the water. We believe the neighbor right there, their system is actually just leaching into this property. So we've been dealing with water over here since the beginning. But the wall actually came apart right here at the end. So we'll have to fix that. That's gonna be a pain. The 3/4 and everything is constantly caving in, but they yeah, got the steel up there. We actually have something that'll screw on to there. I took a coupling, will screw onto the top of that steel conduit and put an eyelet, so we can pick that up, the 10-footer in the sweep. We just pick it all up with the excavator off of that little thing I made. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow if I remember. But you can see there's still some rocks in here, unfortunately. But and there's a sidewalk that will come kind of where the basketball hoop is this way. So they're still waiting for this pole to get taken out to do the sidewalk, but they got to get the electric going. So that's what they're working on while I'm doing these inverts, which is good. Get some power in there. The water main is totally on, and the water department made a little thing that will hook on to the hydrant, so that we can hook a garden hose and have a meter and everything directly off of that. I was thinking about hooking it up, but honestly, the tank, the 250 gallon tank, just 5 gallon buckets, pulling off of that works actually really good. So I just continue doing that rather than pulling out another hose and doing all that. But yeah, so we'll see you in the morning. Day number 2, this one. Looking really good, I think. Moving along pretty good. So depending on what the main kind of shape is, I kind of just do whatever I think will look good, and so that's why these ones are curved like that, because this is kind of curved, and then this side will kind of be curved like this way. You could go straight might honestly look a little better. I'm not too sure. And in here you can see you got like a piece like that. It does get a little funky, and the spacing, because this distance from here to here is shorter than this distance from here to here, so the seams ended up lining up. I don't really think it's the end of the world, but if you think it is, you can always do something a little different. But we're making pretty good time, I think. I know I said might be done yesterday, or might be done today actually. I don't think I will be, but we'll see. But yeah. So I got this whole section still left to do, but moving along. amazing how just the brushing the crumbs off of it and having that side all pointed and completed. It's looking pretty good, I think. Good. This is when it starts to get pretty tight. That's how it is when you get to the end. And thankfully this was dry enough, but like this is still pretty wet over here. But yeah, we'll keep on going. This is when it gets gonna be able to fold into a pretzel a little bit. But it's working out. It's working out. Yeah. It's looking pretty good. Started to kind of rain some, but it is already the end of the day. I'm just picking up some stuff, but I got a piece of plywood over it. One more day for sure. But it's coming out great, I think. It's really looking good. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of these things. I figure out exactly what I need to do and the process to do it and everything, which is nice. You know, the faster I can do those, the better, for sure. Before I head out, thought I'd show you guys fine work that the other two did today. Nice electrical trench. They hit some rocks up there. That's why it's a little wavy, but it's also, this is where the apron is, so they had to put some forms up because they got to pour that in concrete and everything. But a nice looking electrical trench. Should work out mint. Should work out mint. Good morning. Kind of a gloomy, crappy day today. Supposed to have some kind of light showers in the forecast, but we're all set up here. So we have just a small section of this invert to complete it. So we'll get right on that. Almost done. Almost done with this one. I got to I'm gonna move to the next one, which is over there by that stake right there, which is where this pipe goes. That one is just a one in, one out, which is kind of nice. We just got a delivery of some more brick and some more cement, seeing as I'm just about out, so just in time. The concrete truck was here, gave those guys some concrete for their electrical trench, but it I didn't have the camera rolling because it kind of turned really hectic really quick. If the cement is too watery, the pipes will float up to the top, and the concrete was left over from a different job. So, and whoever was doing that job, they like their concrete nice and watery. So the pipes did start to flow, and we had to hop in there. Those two guys were standing on the pipe when I went in there, you know, ankle deep in concrete, holding the pipe down. Well, I had to make some extra bracing and everything, screw it all down. It was nothing fun. But and then of course the order of the bricks and concrete showed up just about as we were doing that. And the skid steer, I mean, there's quite a bit of concrete there. The skid steer, we didn't think would be able to pick it up. So we ended up doing it with the loader and everything. But now I'm back on this, thankfully, and we're almost done there. I guess got a couple more pieces to fill in that and fill in around the pipes and everything, and this will be completed and done. So that's great. I like to hear that. We'll get back after. So that's the brickwork done. We still got to cement up around the pipes here, but for the most part this one's completed. That is the last step. I'm going to give this thing a quick sweep, take a couple pictures, and I'll show you guys the final product. All completed. It's a good looking one. I think it came out awesome. I got all this stuff to now pick up, and there's still plenty of time left in the day. So I'm gonna move everything down in the next one. We'll get started on the next one, but I think this one was successful. Should do the trick. Looks awesome. It's too bad that this stuff really never looks like this again. When we put the next piece on it, it's never seen, and if it is, it's covered in poop and pee. So this is part of the sewer system, but it is what it is. I think they look nice. They look good. We'll get all this stuff cleaned up. Moved on to the next hole. Just got a couple more things, but we got those sections glued on. All this stuff on pallets is already over there. Gotta move the trailer generator there. So all this stuff. Those guys are backfilling that trench though. Mike's running the compactor on the 308, and Dad's running the next gen 308. So getting that done, getting the roadway all back together, so that's open for tomorrow. They have to they couldn't continue on because that road that goes up there would have had a trench across it, and all those guys wouldn't have been able to get over there. So they stopped kind of just at the end, right where that sawhorse is. I don't know if you can tell, but right there at the end they stopped, so it left like a probably 10-foot wide road between the trench and that house. So they'll backfill that, and then they can make another road on the other side, like where the trench is, you know what I mean? So that you can have the trench on this side of it and still have those guys get up there. But next inspection time for National Grid, because that's kind of what it's all kind of going around, is the inspector's schedule. And the next inspection that he can come out and do is Friday. So they'll do another 2 days worth of digging, and then they'll get it inspected again, backfill it so it's safe for the weekend, and then Monday we'll probably continue on. But I'll get this all wrapped up. We'll move on to the other one. Well, we got the layout started on this one. Shouldn't be too complicated of a invert. We'll see if we can have this done in 2 days. But everything's all set up here. I got all my bricks and my water. Got the mixers down here. I had to move the generator there. But we're all set up down here. And it is probably 100% humidity out. Thankfully the sun isn't out, but it is humid. It's like swimming. But it is the end of the day, so I'm just gonna finish packing up here and we're gonna head out. We'll see you in the morning. So
just before we leave, I thought I'd show you. These guys were working on the backfilling the trench and everything. So it like ran the 308 compactor down the whole thing. And these guys did this guardrail today too. The builder and his guy, the Komatsu's getting the stick welded up. It looks good. Looks good. The entrance back to normal. We still got to put together the end of the wall here that fell apart, but yeah, all graded up. Looks nice. So there is a sidewalk that goes in between that wall and the road here. I think I said that. It goes right through that hole on the left there, but the wall 5 blocks fell out. Yeah. But I'm out of here. See you in the morning. Good morning. Back on this invert. I got my second course of brick laid. This is going pretty quick. I don't have that joint in between, you know, like on the last one, how there was another pipe coming on here. This joint right here, that takes a lot of time. So I don't have that on this one. So we're going pretty good. We're going smooth. I don't see us having a problem not getting it done tomorrow. Hopefully I do. Tomorrow is Friday, so good way to end the work week. Well, we work Saturday, but not out here. But yeah, I feel stone in here too, to kind of build this up a little bit. I don't think it's affecting it too much structurally. I don't think it's really going to affect it at all structurally. I'll still put a layer of cement here because I got my bricks sitting on top of there. But instead of, you know, using 3 bags of concrete, you got to mix it, shovel it, carry the bags. I don't really think it's super necessary, so I use 3/4 stone as kind of like a bulk fill to it. Never had a problem with it or anything, so that's what I do. Yeah, so we'll keep on going there. I got to cut my bricks, you know, ones with like the corner cut off of it so that I get the right height kind of halfway up here. Soldiering them up. They say that the soldiering is how you're supposed to do it. The first 2, I think it was, I didn't end up doing that, and then I saw something on Facebook of some guys doing it, saying that you should soldier it up, or over time, the bricks on this corner, you know, if it's a brick that's like this, I guess you could say, these will actually break off. So we're actually starting to be like, yeah, it'd be kind of like something like that. These will break off, so you have to put them this way, and they call that soldiering. Stand, you know, shoulder to shoulder like a soldier. But so that's how you're supposed to do it, and that will give the invert the longevity that it needs to work. So, but yeah, so like I said, we'll get back, we'll get some more bricks laid. Really turning up out here. Holy smokes, it's got to be over 90, and it is humid, and yeah, there she is. I am almost thinking of setting a tent up. It is hot. It's hot, and everything in here is is all wicked hot. I can feel it radiating off the brick and off the structure and everything. But and the cement is drying fast. But if you can just see, I got that side done, and I'm working on these pieces right here. I keep on going. It's still only 2:30, so I don't think we're gonna have any problem finishing this tomorrow. Hopefully I can get some of this soldering done on this side. That way I can stand over there and work over here in this corner. But we'll see. Right now we're in good shape for sure. We got the, thank God I got one of these things. That's the only thing that's keeping me alive down here. But this job is like I said, it's pretty close to the ocean, but so there's a little breeze going on. But being in this hole, I don't get any of that breeze. But which will be nice that there is a breeze kind of every day, all day long. I mean, it's not much, but as you can see, like the flag on that water service right there. Of course, it's not blowing now, but now whatever. There is a breeze here most of the time, so it will be nice as we get deeper into the summer months for sure. But we're gonna keep on going with this, and we'll get back to you. Good morning. So yesterday it got over 100 degrees and it was very hot in the sun. So we decided to call a little bit of an earlier day. Started cleaning up like 3:34ish, and so I got this side all prepped. It's at the proper height now. Just got to do a nice thin layer of mortar, and that side will be good. This side's all completed, nice and rock solid. They can walk on it now, and so we're gonna see if we can get this side done today. I think we should be able to, as long as nothing crazy happens, which I don't think should happen. But yeah, so we'll start off with the soldering. I might only go to like here, just so I can still stand over here, and then start working on the, you know, these bricks over here on this side, and then I can stand over here and kind of finish off the end. That's the plan, at least, I think. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But and it's supposed to be a lot cooler today, but it is, I don't know if the camera's picking up the wind. It is windy, very, very windy today. I'm getting the breeze down here. Now. But yeah, we'll start laying down some bricks. Another one done. Just cemented up around them pipes. Looks good. Looks awesome, I think. Got a little wonky over here where the seams ended up lining up with one another, so I had to put a small brick in there, but you don't even really notice it unless you're really staring it down. But yeah, another one done. I got quite the mess I got to pick up. Got all these tools and kind of a jaggedy ramp to get it all out of. Unfortunately, it's pretty rocky over here, so the ramp was subpar without making it a huge deal. But we got everything down here, so we'll get everything out of there. But yeah, so I'll give the thing a quick sweep, get all the tools out of here. But another one is done, thank God. All swept off. Another good looking invert, another good looking one, if I do say so myself. The shadow's kind of screwing it up for the camera, but looks good to me. Should do the trick. Well, I'll get the rest of this stuff all cleaned up.
Yeah, I figured I'd put them inside unless you don't think we need to. Okay, yep.
All nice and graded up. They did another lift. I think we got another 12. I think it was 12 loads, 6 trucks, 2 trips apiece. So yeah, another 12 loads, and they did another fill. You can see they put down the grade stakes too, with their elevations and everything. So this is getting close to finished grade here, what I'm standing on. There's another, I think he said there's another 12 coming Tuesday. So, but got the invert on that one done, invert back there by the 320 done. I got another one over there to the left of that hydrant. We actually still need to do the pipe. One more piece of pipe coming out of there. That one's going to be like a T, I think. And then I got one more right there, which is just like a direct 90. So I think the plan is to do those next week. Just fine, get them out of the way. There are quite a few more, I think, left, but we won't be doing them for a long time. I think at least a couple months, and they're in the circle out there somewhere. I think there's another 4, I think, and then we got one at the end of that road, which will be over there. So I think there's 4 or 5 left. But as long as they're spacing them out a little bit, it makes it a little easier, a little nicer. But so yeah, they got that. The electric is all backfilled. The drive-in is all graded. So we're in good shape, I think. I think we're in really good shape. And over here is graded up, basically ready to be to dig some more foundation holes over there. So that's good. We're in good shape, I think. Them guys, the builder and his guys, they painted that guardrail. They painted it black. It looks alright. Looks nice. Yeah, we got deck supports too. 3 deck supports for each one of these houses. That one in the end, the lighter colored one, right where a deck support is supposed to go, there's a rock that who knows how big. It's big though. We dug around it when we dug that foundation, and we just kind of worked around it because it was so massive. So that will probably have to get hammered out now. Nobody knew where the deck supports were going when we were working out there. So obviously now there's a whole house there, slider, windows. We'll have to armor that side of the house up. And this is hardy board, so if it gets hit with a rock hard enough, it probably will crack and damage it. It's not like vinyl where it just kind of pop off. And also it being hardy board, repairs of it will be a little more intensive, but hopefully we don't have any damage when we go to hammer that out, unless we're able to pop that rock out of there. I don't think we will though, because I think we tried to with the 336 when we were digging that foundation, but we said screw it. They didn't know, nobody even knew what was going on out there for decks or anything, so it is what it is. We'll take care of it, we'll get through it somehow. But yeah, it's Friday, it's past 5 o'clock. Traffic looks like it's pretty terrible on the ride home, so nice traffic-y ride home tonight. But thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.